All right. Hello there. Um, Hello from my studio, which is situated in the loft of the house where I live. And I can tell you here in the Netherlands at this moment it is really, really summertime. And which also means that here on the loft it is pretty hot. So if you see me dancing around with a towel every now and then, it's all because of that. But nevertheless, we are here to, keep practicing and training. For all the people who never seen these videos before, like in every other live video that I'm doing, basically I'm doing these trainings, to keep myself training behind the pad, doing all kinds of exercises and sharing with you. If you want to join in, it's going to be great. It's always something to learn and something that you might think of. Hey, you never thought of that before, and maybe other things you already know, and then you can. Either choose to stay on this channel and find different videos that I have, or go to my Drumming Secrets Revealed online drum lessons, and they are great. You should watch them. There's quite a few people who really joined in there, and I'm really happy to see that it's growing step by step. Anyway, today we are going to, as you can see already on the notes, and for those who have been here before, you see the notation has changed. And I'm going to share you something. I found out about a great app for drummers, a notation app, which is titled Beatnote. I wrote it down in the live chat of this video, the live video. I'm going to show you on the iPad what this looks like, and it's very simple. It looks like this, and you start working. You want to create something. Here are all my exercises that I created just as to try out everything. You press on it, and then this is basically what it looks like. But if you want to do an exercise or something like that, you just simply play it, and it starts running, doing the exercises. Right? There we go. And you can choose to hear only the click, or to have also the drums, the exercise. You can make yourself crazy with this. Anyway, stop. I just want to show you. So the notation that you see right now on top of that are screenshots of the notation that I use in the app that is titled the Beatnote. Have a look, follow the link, and you will find out about it. And it's very easy to use. Here comes the towel. Okay, now you might think paradiddles again. Ah man, I've done them so many times. I know, and me too. I just wanted to take you on board back to where I came from. When I started studying paradiddles, I always asked myself, well, why should I play them? And so many other rudiments that I learned from my drum teacher, of which I'm still grateful, of course. But a few of those rudiments really stick out. And the reason why they stick out is not because they are difficult, but they are very useful on the drum set. So basically, rudiments are built for marching drums, and because that's the history of drums. It starts with playing on one drum, like that. Now, the military drums, they created the rudiments. Just imagine 26 of those guys, or maybe 30, maybe less, playing totally sync all the rudiments that they have learned and all those figures. And that must have been impressive. It still is impressive if you see those guys walking super synchronized. But for us as a drummer behind the drum kit, it's a different kind of thing, because what we need to do, we need to play all the instruments in one person. So therefore, I think it's very handy to have a deeper view on what you can do with a paradiddle. Now we're going to stick with the single paradiddle basically today, and the reason why I chose that, because this is an exercise that I created when I started to teach many years ago. I was 20, and I just wanted to, invent my own writing. Oh, hello from Russia. Great. Hello back there. I hope Russia is doing great. And take your sticks and let's practice. I'll be there soon. Not in Russia, but here with the exercise. Okay, back to the exercise. So single paradiddles. And let's dive deep into it. We start with the simple exercise, and we are going to use this format to explore the territory. And I'm going to show you how. But let's start training. I always start with the 70 beats per minute, like this. I have my metronome ready. You can hear it, right? Yeah, you can hear it. Okay, there we go. So let's start doing the single paradiddle in 16th. Very simple. 2, 3, 4, and. And like with all the other trainings, make sure that you play the accents pretty loud. And just make sure that you play all the movements right and stick to the tempo. A good exercise, also this tempo, to become accurate. Maintain your flow. And create this automatic pilot basically for this figure. Let's bring it to an end. 3 and 4 and stop. I just want to share with you the whole idea of the paradiddle. You might already know, and if you don't know, I'm going to explain to you. Why is the paradiddle such a handy rudiment to play on the drum set? Very simple, because if you look at the notation, you see the double strokes, like right, left, right, left, right, left. Those double notes give space to the other hand to move around on the drum set, right? So right, left. I can make a big move to a different instrument. Ba, ba, two. It's for traveling basically. So I would suggest, if you play the paradiddle on the snare drum or on the pad, also try to make a move. And if you play on an electronic drum set, and this is quite interesting, if you play electronic drum set, make sure that the center of each drum, right, has the same distance to the other drum, center of the drum, like with the normal acoustic drum set. Because most of the times when you play electronic drum set, the pads are pretty small, so you can put them very close to each other. And once you start playing on that, it's, you can be fast, you can be furious on the drum set, but you will find out the minute you sit behind an acoustic drum set, there is way more distance. That's the first trouble. The other trouble is, you really have to hit in the center of the drum to have a proper sound. And with electronic drums, it doesn't really matter where you hit, because it's always going to be triggered, right? So let that be a good lesson for you to remember, and also try to do these exercises like the paradiddle, like with this tempo. Let's try it again. And we make every accent we play on a different part of your surroundings. Take a pillow, take a hot towel. I'll put this here. Just let's see what's happened. 3 and 4 and. And enjoy the distances and the flow. And change your project or your object. How about this one? Ba, da, da, da. You see, and this is a very interesting exercise, because if you do this Basically what happens, you will create the flow and you will, spread out the distance, and this will be easier for you to use behind the drum set, right? So this is just, like I said before, the single paradiddle that we are going to use. Now, the next step. And this was a very interesting thing that I had in my mind that I wanted to work out. The reason why we do this today is basically, when I was young and I started to teach, I started to write out stuff all by hand. So I got maps full of paper with all these handwritten stuff. Now lately, I started to write on serious books. I got two great books out. One method book and the other one is a play along book. You will find it out later. At the end of this lesson, I will show you. I will send a link also, so you can, sponsor me by purchasing the method book or the online lesson book, which is great. Anyway, so when I started to write my own material, I did it all by hand. And the other thing was, a lot of that material is still on paper. And this exercise was one of the first exercises that I came up with, and I decided to put it into the beat note and program it and start for today the live stream and see what it brings, and hopefully you will enjoy this. So we are going to the next exercise. So we did all this, right? Now we are going to exercise 2, and exercise 2 is simply have a moment, look at it. What I did is I just shifted the whole notation, basically. So it still says 16 notes, and you can see that the accent is shifted 1/16th note further, but the whole hand setting, the sticking, remains following the accents, because that's very important. So having said that, it means that we use the single paradiddle still to maintain the distances. So we don't change the running order of the paradiddle. We just shift the whole figure just 1/16th, which means that if we use and also I advise you to use your hi-hat foot, just stamp on the floor and make the body move on the beat. And then we can try this exercise. So, oh, wait a minute, I go too fast. Let's watch the sticking. So now we start, because that's the other thing, and it will come at the end of this exercise. We do the whole thing behind each other, after each other. So now we start with right, left, right. So this is the running order. So 3, da, 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 da. Let's find a tempo. Do, 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 do. This is a good tempo. And 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is quite difficult. Let me try this in 65 beats per minute. Let's see if that's not fast enough. It's not too fast, right? So it's shifted. We start with 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring it to an end. There you go. So this was like 65 beats per minute, and I don't know if you've noticed, you have to focus on the click. The click is the beat, right? And inside my body, I go, da, da. There's a beat going on. Da. It's always important to have a beat in your mind, like do, ga, ga. That's something that is stuck in my brain. In fact, that is my internal clock. That's my internal drummer, plays the beat. I always refer everything that I practice to a groove that I'm doing. So even technical moments that I'm trying to find out, it has to make sense to me. It has to make a musical sense. I'm not really good in diving deep into drum technical stuff only because of the drumming. I just always need, and that's, my brain goes like that, I always need to understand how this could serve the music right, or how you can make a great pattern to create music, right? So all these exercises that I'm doing basically have one thing in common. Most of them, there's a lot of things that I also tried out that in the end didn't make any sense. It just, I could play fast figures, I could sort of remember long patterns, but then later on I discovered, well, where's the music in it, right? So that's a very important thing to remember. Wow, it's really summer. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. So if we shift this once more, we are going to get the accent on the 8th note of the group, right? So now we start with the double left, starting with the right hand accent. So, and this doesn't make any sense if you don't have a reference for the beat. So I'm going to start the beat just for explaining to you so you can follow what's going on. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And one, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that is that exercise. Now you've noticed that I've changed the sticking, which is very important to understand. If you look closely, you can still recognize if you start watching and counting from the accent, right, left, right, right. This is still the same single parallel. It's just shifted one more 16th. So let's go to the last exercise of this journey, and this is again moved up until the very last 16 that we are going to play. So left, right, right, left. Ready? There we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, and don't forget what we did in the previous exercise. Use the distances, use this paradiddle to make sure that you can use different instruments on the drum set, because we're doing this to become to get more freedom on the drum set, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4 ba, ba, bum, bum, da. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Sorry. That's madness, you know. That's always something that happens. You know, you want to play the drums. I'm stuck here in my beautiful studio. By the way, I'm not complaining. I mean, this studio, if you give you a look around, it's one of the best places that I know. I can always work here. I work here till late. I create music. I mix music for other musicians. What else do? I create lessons here. I play bass, guitars. Therefore, I need to play more drums. So my drum studio in Arnhem at the Groove Impact Academy, I'm there normally 2 weekends in a month. And there I can sit behind the drum kit and do all these things that I need to do and record drums and teach people and coach drummers. So here on the Tuesday, I really have to focus on doing these exercises. Okay, now, and now we're not ready because now we start all over again. But now at the end of this the setting, you will find out that we will change over to the left hand. So the left hand is leading. We need to do this exercise. In the end, it all sounds the same. It's just a structure that will be a part of a very long exercise that we are going to do at the end of this part of this training. So let's focus on this one. Let's do this. Just all of us. Let's do 70 beats per minute. We know now how it works. Yeah, 70 beats per minute. Why not? Start with left, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and single paradiddles again. Very simple, but big movements, and make it sound flow with fluently with the flow. By the way, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, there is a live chat down here. I'm just pointing at that direction. That's my other computer. And if there's time, I can answer any questions that you have. But those questions have to be about drumming and teaching, right? Okay, there you go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, and 1, 2, 3, and let's bring it to an end. There you go. Great. And let's go straight to the other exercise. Again, like with the previous, the exercise we did before, the exercise we did before, when we started with the right hand, you know, you can find out what happens is logical. Now we start with left hand, so we do the same exercise. So we still move a little 16th, and we start with the left hand now. The first accent will be with right. Okay, there we go. 2, and oh yeah, and tap your hi-hat foot and move around like this. Just let the beat soak into your body and connect with your internal clock, and then do the exercise. Right? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, I have an extra practice pad, which I'm going to put up here, because I want to demonstrate, and we got to play the distances. Come on, let's do it. Okay, so this is going to be now, okay, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's bring it to an end. There we go. So I just, need to show you what happens, if you play only on the practice pad, right? That's nice, because then you know how to play it on the snare drum, but you must understand the use of the paradiddle. It's such a useful and powerful rudiment. And this is just a single paradiddle, but just moving the accent, just shifting around. It becomes so clear. You can use it for so many things. So let's move on to the next exercise, right? There we are, and this is number 7. You know the drill. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm totally disturbed because I need to practice. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see me better, and you can still read it because it's quite big. 2 and 3 and 4 and. One, 2, 3, 4. Wow, there we go. Nice. So, and there's a last one that we are going to do. And again, same thing. We just move over 1 more 16th, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Okay, ready for it? Let's start. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down. Now let's make use of the space. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So it's quite interesting if you look at it this way, and still always try to remember it's an interesting rudiment that we can use on the drum set. Basically, and again, it's not difficult, but you have to train it, right? And the difficulty about this exercise, of course, is once you have studied the single paradiddle in the very basic position, like this one, the very first exercise we did, like this one. Like sometimes I teach drummers and I ask them, hey man, did you ever did any rudiments? Yeah, I did a paradiddle. Oh, can you play it? And this is always the paradiddle, and it goes like this. I can play it. And I go like, well, you know what is the running order, and you know the sticking. And yes, you can play it, but can you now make it sound like music and make it sound like a groove? So it should always go like, almost as if you can hear the, right? So, but that's a different thing. That's behind the drum set. But still, that is something that you have to bear in mind. It's very important of this paradiddle. All right, now we've done all these exercises. Now it leads up to something else, which is this thing. I'm going to show you this. It starts running already, and I go like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, stop here. Stop. Where do I... there it is. I found the button how to play the pauser. So, this is the whole exercise. And again, and I refer to the link that I've sent here in the description, or here in the live chat, and I'm going to put it in the description because it's what you see right here. I made a screen video of possibilities that you can have with the app that is called the Beatnote, that I'm using now for practicing, also for creating new material to teach lessons and stuff like that. Let me see if I can reset the camera a little bit. Yeah, like that. So now, if you look closely, we start at the first one. You can see we start with the right hand. Everything starts with the right hand. Yeah, that is to say, right, left, first exercise. The second exercise, you can see, it starts with right hand, but the accent starts with the left hand. So what I'm trying to say is focus on the accents, right? So if you see the first bar, it starts with the right hand accent. The next bar starts with the left hand accent. Then again, a right hand accent, and then a left hand accent. You see, it's moved and it's shifted. Now we go to number 5, right? And you see that number 5 is actually a copy of number 1, only it starts with the left hand. You see that? So it starts with the left hand. Then if you go to the next bar, you see the exercise, next accent will be with the right hand. It's like the mirror of the second bar that you see on top there. So if you go to the next exercise, again, it's a mirror of the exercise number 3. And then at the last one, number 8, is the mirror of number 4. Is that a better way to say it? And are there any numbers there? Yeah, I can see. Yeah, all right. So let's practice this. Let's do this just very slowly with the two of us. I made a video which is now in the setting of the tempo 75. That should be something, you should be able to play that. But I think it's pretty fast because this tempo. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Okay, when we do this video exercise, it's running for a couple of rounds, and we have to stick to the program. I will put on my headphones because I need to hear the click, and then we can follow where we are, right? But for now, we do the exercise. Let's start with number 1, and let's say we do every exercise. Yeah, that's my thing. Every exercise 2 bars, 2 rounds, right? And then we go to the next one. So in slow tempo. So we start with the first one, 3 and 4 and right, left, right. And again, second bar, right, left, right. And now move over to the next one. Ah, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, and if we let's do this with a metronome, because otherwise it's quite difficult, because normally I have a hi-hat, you know, and then I can play the hi-hat for you, but now this is a good tempo, 60 beats per minute, not too fast, so you can follow it. And if it's fast for you, just try to, you know, catch up, and if it's too slow for you, just try to play this with a flow, because it's quite interesting. 3 and 4 and right, left, right, and again 2 bars. And then move over to the next exercise. And stop. Sorry, I have to talk and train. So let's do those 2 bars and then stop at the end. So we the most important thing is to have the switch over correctly. 3 and 4 and right, left, right, left. And again, 2 bars. Switch over. Two, and again, 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Switch over. Coming up. There we go. Now we continue, right? Let's pick it up from the second bar and we go to the third. So we make that connection. Let's try it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And repeat. And switch over. That's right. And let's bring it to an end. And let's do this again. From the second bar, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Switch over. That's it, that's it. Very good, very good. Interesting, right? So let's go from the third to the fourth one. Okay, are you ready? 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. Switch over. And that's it, that's it, that's it. This one is pretty tough. I remember when I started to write these lessons, that most of the students that I was teaching back then, most of them were beginners, and I wanted them to play this, and it was really hard, and so I couldn't get it on board. So I just changed all the lessons. So this exercise basically got stuck in my handwritten notes that I totally forgot about. And because I'm doing these Tuesday trainings, I realized there must be more exercise that I didn't print out, that I didn't put in a book. Well, this is one of them. So be very happy to do this. It really will help you behind the drum kit to get more freedom. Because if you program this in your playing, you can sort of swap around things and change things, and it doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't get stuck to certain patterns. But you need to practice it this way, so it you can absorb it and program it in your muscle memory system. Yeah. So where were we? Oh, let's do the whole thing, like the first four exercises. Okay, still 60 beats per minute. And every bar, every exercise, 2 rounds. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, from the top, and right, and join in, yeah? And switch over. There we go. switch over, switch over, oh, wrong, I just switch over to the very last exercise, which is not correct. Let's do it again for myself. And 3 and 4 and right, left, right, and again. Switch over. Switch over. That's it. To left. I just continue to number 5, 6, switch over, switch over, and then you are back on the top again, right? This is quite interesting because I realized that the third exercise going into the fourth one is the one that I need to focus on. But I'm pretty sure that everybody got their different moments where they have to focus on what am I doing here. And if you are totally new to this, of course, this is a live stream. For now, it's just what it is. But after the live stream, it's still all available on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you get your subscription, and maybe you ring the bell so I open the door. What the hell? You know what I'm talking about. So the notification bell if you need some new stuff. Let's do the exercise again, and now let's do a little bit faster before we do the whole thing in 75. So now let's go move up to 70 beats per minute. Okay, are you with me? There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3 from the top. Every exercise 2 rounds, and again switch over, switch over to 3, switch over to 4, exercise 5, left hand start, right, yeah, switch over, move over, switch over, and back to the top. There we go. And again. Switch over. Let's go to 5. There we go. I'm back again. Sorry for that. To 7. 8. There we go. As you can see, I also have to concentrate and make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And the most important thing is don't stop. Never stop. Keep playing. Play 16 notes. Try to find a way out. Try to catch up. That's one of the lessons that I always learned, because, you know, if you play in a band, and this is the reason why I play drums. I want to play in a band. You always have to make sure that you keep playing, whatever happens. Never stop playing, because if you stop playing, the train stops. And as a drummer, you are the engine for the band, so you always have to move on. So don't worry too much about the mistakes. Just if you are able to correct them, then nobody will complain, because nobody will know what you'll be doing anyway. Only us, because we are focusing, totally over-focused on doing this exercise. Now, yeah, we got 10 minutes more. Let's try this exercise and run the video. And it's 3 minutes exercise. Let's start doing that. Let's do that, and then at the end I will do some explanation. I could even, you know, if you have a question, I can answer it. And I do some little advertising for all the products that I'm doing, because I gotta live too, you know. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Oh, I need to put on my headphones, because otherwise I don't hear the click. This is a different click. Oh, there we are. Oh, this is sounding great. Let's see. Ready? I'll count you in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and next. Next. There we go. I'm starting with left. Next. Next. Alright, so I found out there's one little hiccup that I always need to take care of. That is this one. I'm gonna stop it there. And that is, I don't know if you can see that with the mouse that I'm using. I don't think you see it. But it's the exercise that goes from the 3rd bar to the 4th bar. I have a little difficulty with that, found out, because I really have to over-concentrate on that part. Which is interesting. That is something that I need to double study. So I'm going to practice it right now, starting from the 3rd exercise. 3 and 4 and... There we go. I'm lost already. Metronome. 2 and 3 and 4 and... 3, 4. Change over. Yeah. All right. One more time. 3 and 4 and... Yeah, there's something with it that's not logical, which is funny, because if I look in the exercise going from 7 to 8, it's the mirror. There I don't have to think anymore. So it's something that I need to work on and program that, right? All right, now we are coming towards the end of this training. It is pretty hot up here. Like I told you before, in the loft, oops, I don't know how many degrees it is, but Celsius, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. I like hot weather. I like the summer. So basically, what I'm trying to do right now, I'm going to, you know, do a little advertising, because all my exercises that I write are, well, not all of them are written in the book Drumming Secrets Revealed, Grow from Basic to Advanced. That's just the first method book that I created, which is quite a big adventure. But there's a second one coming up and a third one coming up. And the good news is that I'm, you know, still working on it, still finding out how to put them together, what is the best way of putting exercise together, and why. Exactly, why do you do it? And basically what I found out, most of the stuff that I write is based on life experience. Life with a V and life with an F, right? Life and life. because I play more than 40 years as a professional drummer, I found out the difficulties and the struggles that I, came about, and I found a way to work around it and create my own material to keep going. And I can say, and I proudly say, that the book Drumming Secrets Revealed, Grow from Basic to Advanced, has a lot of material that you can use and do it all your own way, right? So that's also to inspire you, but also to show you how to get the best results in studying drums, because there's so much material, unbelievably. I mean, you could even learn how to stand on the Eiffel Tower with one stick in your hand and one stick in your naked and say, I'm not crazy in French. But the question is, do you need to learn it? And is it practical and useful? Anyway, so the second book, Burning the Rules, Rock Drumming Play-Along Tracks. This is a great book. We recently published it, and I'm very proud that it's now available. I will put the link, in the description. You can find it there. And what I'm proud of is this book. It shows you how to play drums on the tracks that I created, the music tracks. And I've got to tell you something about the music tracks. All the music that I write, basically like Burning the Rules, and there's another album coming up, Hidden Treasures. It's already out, but the book will be coming up. All that music I actually wrote because of the fact that I wanted to show my students how interesting it could be to practice music in a different way. So most of the music is, it's not pop music, it's rock music, fusion. It goes to every corner of the planet, and basically it's music to stay focused on playing the drums in a musical way, but still there's a lot of challenges on board. There's always a drum solo that you need to play, right? So the book Burning the Rules, the play-along book, has lead sheets, so you know exactly how many bars the song is and where the change of measures is and time signatures. But it shows you also the basic groove that I'm playing, but you're totally free to play your own style, because there's a QR code that brings you to the music where I play the drums, but there's also a QR code where you go to the music without the drums, which is great, because then you can do your own thing, right? And I'm still waiting for the brave drummers who will send me their tracks of the way how they play that tune. Would be great to to see that happening. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm really happy that we did the live training again. I hope that you will keep playing the drums. And like I said before, if you play the electronic drum set, because I found out about the students or the drummers that I teach, when they study at home on the electronic kit, they always come to the studio. They're going like, "Wow, this sounds so different. It sounds great though, but the distances are bigger." Yeah, it's very important to keep that in mind. If you have an electronic drum kit and you put everything close together, it's not the realistic way of playing a real drum set. Just want to let you know that. Okay, for now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I enjoyed being here. I'm looking forward to the next one, next Tuesday, same time. And you know what? Look around here. If you're from the Netherlands and you can understand Dutch, you can watch the podcast that I have, Tussen de Slagen Door, Between the Notes, because it's great fun. There's a lot of great young drummers, next generation drummers who are super professional, working their asses off, having their own business next to playing the drums, like selling drum kits, or they have a studio, whatever, and they don't really are big in the spotlights in magazines, but I know how to find them, and I'm asking a lot of interesting questions because I'm curious how they do it, right? That's it for today. See you next time. Hasta la pasta. I'm going to show you the video again. Bye.